Welcome back to Younger MMA. So in this video, I'm going to use my experience in the gym in general as just kind of like a metaphor or a guide to talk about an idea. But I just want you to know that this actually applies to really anything creative, any kind of art or sport or anything that you do. Basically whatever your craft is, like whatever your passion is. And it's an idea that I've taken a lot of comfort in like the worst points of my life. And we all know that now, because of our culture being basically inherently toxic for multiple generations now, that, and don't get me wrong, there's good people out there, there's very good people out there that you can trust, but we all know that like our culture has weakened people's moral compass, to put it lightly. So loyalty, fidelity, and all that stuff, you can't always necessarily expect to get that from people. And the things that you show people, like, you might not necessarily get that reciprocated. And when I was growing up, before I started going to the gym, I mean, I guess I had things like, I was a musician, and then like, you know, writing. So there were other ways it manifested, but the gym was an interesting one because it was like a physical place, and the gym to me was sacred, because no matter how much I could like make new friends at school, I never knew if they would switch up on me. Like, I wasn't treated very well, even by the people that were kind of my friends. It was kind of this idea, like, there was this vibe of like, well, Mikhail is like fun to hang out with, but he's weird, so, you know, he's not one of us. Like, yeah, we hang out with him, but we know he's weird, like, you know. So I never really was like completely accepted when I was a kid. It wasn't until I was like almost an adult that I made like real tight friends. I mean, there's people I'm in touch with now, but that's like, there's people that I met along the way. But what I'm saying is, there was a point in time when I was in middle school in particular, and then in high school, where I never knew if people were going to switch up on me, and I never knew if people really felt the way about me that they said. But what I got from the gym was completely fair. Like, if I didn't get what I wanted from the gym, it was because I messed up somewhere along the way. But if I did everything right to get the result that I wanted, I would get the result. Like, the relationship that I had with the gym was completely fair. I got what I put in, no matter what. And even if I was like going through something socially or whatever, where things were rough, it's like I'd walk in the gym and it was the same. It was that same sacred place. And I really treated it like it was sacred. Like, I never understood not putting your weights back and like not like cleaning up and shit, because to me it was like the safe haven, you know, literally the safe haven. And whatever your craft is, it's like, if you can make it something that's between you and, look, I don't know what you believe in. Maybe it's like, you look at it like it's between you and in the universe, or it's between you and God, or whatever, between you and your higher self, whatever you want to think about. It's like, when you can make it that private, secret, sacred thing, that's something that no one can take away from you. No one can take it away from you, and no one can influence it. So no one can infiltrate it and make it what they want it to be. It's your journey. And then once you develop this and you spend a lot of time in this space by yourself, working on your craft, whatever that may be, writing, making music, whatever, then what'll happen is people will kind of sense that, and it'll inadvertently, or at least for me it was inadvertently, it'll improve those other aspects of your life. So the external things will kind of come along with that, and they'll fall into place because people can feel your energy, and your energy will change. And I believe that this is what people talk about when they say frame. So people, like, this started becoming a popular term in red pill, and like in social dynamics now you hear people I can't talk. People talk about frame. And to me, that's what frame was, is like when I didn't have that in my life, I kind of just felt like I was blowing in the wind. I was at the mercy of kind of whatever vibes and energy was coming at me. And I wasn't really putting out, you know, what I wanted and making the world what I wanted it to be. And the sad news is that, like, if you're just beginning this journey now, I'm just going to be upfront with you, like, it's probably going to take a while for you to feel this. But the good news is that it does really work like a vending machine. Like, if you pay the price and you put in what is necessary, you will get what you want. And that's what this channel is all about, is I'm just trying to let you guys know that whatever's going on in your life that's upsetting you, and better yet, whatever is not going on in your life that's upsetting you, right? Because maybe it's not that something bad happened to you, but you can't get things going externally. It is really like you're a character in a video game. You're trying to make all these things happen. It's not working. Well, if you lock yourself away and you work on your craft enough and you rack up the XP for all the time that you're spending sacrificing, studying, you will build up the energy necessary to kind of make the world what you want it to be. Like, manifesting and law of attraction is fun to talk about, but it really sucks when you're just sitting there writing on Microsoft Word and you're not actually writing like the novel that you want to publish. You're just writing as an exercise to get better at writing, and it's probably not even good and you don't even feel like doing it. But like, what else are you going to do? If you're a writer, then that's what you should do. Everything else would be pretty much a waste of time. If you want to get in shape, then basically everything outside of cooking healthy food and exercising and getting the sleep that you need, the sleep that's necessary, everything outside of those things is a waste of time. And I think you'd be surprised how this world will receive you if you have locked yourself away and worked on that stuff for a while and you like never stopped. Because once you cultivate that momentum, it's not like everything becomes easy and everything just falls into place, but you're okay. The important thing is that you're okay, like, with or without that external stuff. And I just want to go back to the gym thing, because if you're watching this and the gym's not your thing, maybe you should contemplate, you know, just getting even like a cheap little membership and having a routine of just doing a little something and then you go sit in the sauna, or a little something and then you go sit in the steam room, or, you know, and you can have a relationship with the gym. And I guess it's like some real loner stuff. Like, maybe if you're not a loner like I was, maybe this sounds kind of like depressing. It's like, oh, I'm going to have a relationship with the gym. Like, the gym is inanimate. Like, what are you talking about? But for those of you who are listening who are in that place that I was in, man, you understand. Like, to go a little deeper, I'll be honest, the gym saved my life. Legitimately saved my life. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would have done. Because there was a point in time where a lot of the friends that I had, so this is like in high school, and some of the friends I had in high school I'm still in touch with. So I'm not saying that like all of them are fake, but when I was in high school, like the main circle, I guess that you could say, that I had around me, or like my main group of friends that went to the same school as me. Shout out to my friends that are still in my life. If you're watching this, you know who you are. I love you. But the people that I no longer am in touch with, Like, I had this circle of people that kind of eventually just decided overnight, fuck Mikkel. And so all of a sudden, I didn't have, like, my main circle anymore. And this is, like, shortly after I kind of went, like, got dumped. So, and then, you know, at the time, my relationship with my family wasn't great. It is now, so that's good. But at the time, it wasn't. So I felt like completely alone. But when I walked in the gym, it was the same. It was the same as it was when I was happy, you know? And so I had that. It was like just like, imagine you're floating in the ocean and something floats by that you can kind of like lay on so that you're not treading water. And it's like, yeah, it might not be a yacht or a cruise ship where people are partying and there's like a bunch of models and they're like, hey, get on the boat. You know, it might not be that, but if something floats by, you should probably lay on it, because it's better than treading water. Because if you tread water, you can only do that for so long. And what's eventually going to happen is you're going to die. You're going to drown. And so the gym it didn't fix all my problems. It didn't bring the girl back. It didn't bring my social group back. It didn't repair anything with my family. But if I didn't have that, what the fuck would I have done? And where would I be right now? And so, for those of you out there listening, whatever it is that manifests like that for you, keep that relationship. Because as long as you do the work, even if it's just a tiny, tiny bit a day, it'll have your back. And it is fair. It's actually more than fair, because 5 minutes of work, whatever it may be for you, like 5 minutes a day, is really nothing, but you'll actually get more from it than you like deserve, basically. And to understand what I mean by that, you're just gonna have to go on that journey. I can only describe this stuff so well. Like, in some of these videos I might sound crazy or like I'm ranting, but it's because these are the things that before I made this channel I thought about all the time. And now I'm really trying to put these ideas out there. Selfishly, I want to build this channel, but it's also like, I think a lot of people just don't realize. You know the quote, everything you need is within, seek nothing outside of yourself? It sounds cliche as hell, and honestly annoying when you're at rock bottom. It's like, oh, everything's within me. I just go within and I just get everything I want. Oh, thanks, you know, because it's bullshit. It doesn't work like that. But I believe that what that quote really means is that if you go deep enough inward and you do the work enough, if you just stay on it and you don't stop, any kind of knowledge that people weren't around to teach you, or any kind of asset that people weren't around to give you, or whatever it is, you'll find it. There's a concept in like esoteric spiritual disciplines, I'm not sure exactly where they talk about the Akashic records. And the Akashic records are this idea that somewhere in like another dimension, there's like all the information ever known to man, to anything that you could possibly know, and that it can be accessed through deep meditation. And I've never done that, but I do know this. There's been times that I thought something just intuitively, and I kind of thought that I was probably wrong, like, if anything. At the end of, like, deep down, I was like, probably not right about that. That seems like just something that I assumed. Kind of like bro science or something. And then years later, I would hear an expert talking, and they would be like, yeah, that's how it works. A good example of what I'm talking about is with, in like 2017, I found out about Wim Hof and his breathing exercises. And when I was doing it, I would start the breathing exercise off by like breathing out as much as I could, because in my mind I wanted to get like stale air out of my lungs. But that was just like a weird quirk I had. I didn't know if it really worked like that. And then I heard Rickson Gracie say that he did the same thing, and you really do get the stale air out. And so these little things that you're led to do intuitively, that you don't have any proof for, that if you told people they might kind of like laugh at you, don't worry about that, because you might be accessing, you know, maybe it's like the Akashic Records, or it's, I don't know. I really don't know. But, you know, these are the mysteries of life. And I'm telling you, if you lock yourself away and stop trying to grab all the external stuff, if you just lock yourself away and focus on your craft, it'll get better. It will get better. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that's like the only thing you should do. Like, if you want your life to change, be alone and work on your craft. But if you're not isolated and you have a support system, great. But you don't need anything. You don't need anything. A lot of the people out here that are successful are not even as smart as you and not even as talented as you, but they took a lot of risks and they never stopped. You're probably actually, if you're listening to this, more intelligent and talented than you think. Yeah, let me know if you resonate with this, or if you think I'm crazy. Let me know in the comments. This is Younger MMA. Peace.